Okay, camera action here.
Lights, camera, action.
Sir, Miss Jackson. Heck yeah. Alright. Alright, we live on these. On the ones and twos, baby. We are live in the studio.
There we go.
I see your head. Can I see your head? Okay.
Yep.
Can you see my head?
I can see your head.
You can see my head. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We live up in this piece.
Let's see here.
All right.
Let's see if I get my connection.
Your connection good? Okay. So let me make sure I got Mike's up and running.
Yep, Mike's up and running.
All right, we are live and live on Radio Studios. Good morning,
Good
sunshine.
Morning. Good morning.
Yo, we up in this piece. It's a beautiful day in Temecula Valley. It's Thursday. What's this, August 29th? Yeah. August 29th. Man, I don't know what, our days are running so fast. I actually have a very special guest in the studio. And this is another for the love of comedy. This brother over here to my right, he is serious. I don't know if you guys know about this gentleman. You're going to find out today, though. Comedian Willis Turner from Dallas, Texas.
Exactly.
Who is now living in California.
Living in California.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Live on Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man. It's a joy. It's a joy. This, you know, the best part about this for me, I've always appreciated the ability to be able to meet cool people.
I try to be cool.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
You know, and there's so many people in the world that's just amazing, and people don't know, you know, they think they know who people are, but the persona of what they think people are, and to be able to have an opportunity to speak to you and then to share you with the audience, man, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think you're used to having tall people on the show, because this is all in my face. I am not that tall.
Willis, I ain't gonna even tell you. Yeah, I'm sorry. We should have adjusted it just a little bit.
I ain't that tall.
I got you. I got you sitting straight up now.
My back.
You're gonna have good posture this morning.
I have great posture this morning because I can't even be like slouching.
I'm trying to tell you, booster seat ready, baby. Let's go. I'm trying to get in the habit of bringing my shoulders back. Cause you know we're on the computer, the live on our phones, and we doing this.
You always like this?
Yeah, my chiropractor likes it. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Because you gotta go to him all the time.
Bam, crack it up. You know what I mean? So we're alive, man, and this is a wonderful opportunity because for a couple reasons. One, I got an opportunity to meet you. A little bit ago at another show, and you got up there, did your thing.
Yes.
Shouts out to Ralph Porter.
Yes, that's my man right there.
He was the linky link to get me to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the wonderful thing about comedy, man. It's always one person to the next.
It's bam, 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 bam.
Is it?
Because you never know what's going to be that connection and takes you to the next level, or gets you da-da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
It brings you to that right person or whatever. Because that's what it is. This is about connection.
It totally is. It totally is. And I don't know if people get that.
Yeah.
A lot of times people forget that. And I think that the wonderful thing is that we have enough room for everybody to just shine.
Well, that's the thing. I always tell people, it's crowded at the bottom. It's room up top.
Say it again. Say it real loud and clear.
Room up top.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, sir.
It's really crowded at the bottom.
Yes.
All the comics, if you put all the comics that think, well, let's say all the people that say they're comics together.
Yes.
Now, then you go all the people that really are comics, and then all the people that are good comics, and then all the people
just
that
layered.
You know what I mean? That are great comics.
It stagnates, and it's funny because it kind of goes like a pyramid. Yeah. Literally, it's like base, the baseline, and then you just tear up.
Because you see guys that say they're comics, and you're like, nah, you probably shouldn't say that. There's other things. You should say I do TED Talks, but. I'm just saying.
You ain't lying though. Well, people be quick. They'll try to take that title really fast, you know. And
everybody's not a comic.
It's a craft, right?
Yeah.
It's a craft, and I think people misinterpret the requirements that it takes, and it's and it's not an overnight. It's not a. Most people, here's a journey.
It's a journey.
And
you think it's a sprint,
baby?
Guess
you
what?
about to be. It's a marathon, bro.
You about to you about to pull a hamstring. You about to
throw your back out.
Throw your back out.
Everything.
You gonna rip you gonna tear up your knee, your ACL, your
MCL, your tendons.
Exactly.
Meniscus, everything just about to be shattered.
Your Run DMC, you gonna tear it all up like.
Oh my God! And see, if you got ESPN, you would have known that already, right?
Right. I'm just telling you, like, literally,
oh my God,
like this is a journey, and I've done things and work. I've done things like it's so funny. Like this is what you love as a comic, right? Like one time I was performing in front of 500 people.
Mm-hmm.
I get back in town. I'm performing in front of 6 people.
You never know.
You never know.
But what I love about people who are really professional about their stance, they give it all they got, whether it's 500 or 6.
Yeah.
And that's that integrity thing, and that's respecting the craft and your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause they paid. They didn't know it was.
Yeah.
They didn't go. Oh well, I can't.
They weren't worried about who else was gonna be there.
No.
They just knew that they were coming to watch and see you and have an opportunity to have an opportunity to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And they're coming for the entertainment. So we should not subject people to whatever we're
right.
Yeah. So this is what I want to do, honey. I want to give you an opportunity to tell the audience a little bit about who you are, where you from.
Okay.
And we're gonna graduate into the fact of you up to speed now. But
Right.
I would love to know more about who Willis Turner is. How did Willis start?
The journey.
The journey.
Okay, so the journey is I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and I'm from a place. There's a part of Dallas called South Oak Cliff.
Okay.
In Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I love that I'm from South Oak Cliff. I'm gonna tell you that right
That's
now.
dope.
Like everyone else is like, that's the hood. I'm like, well, I didn't know any different.
That's it. It was my norm.
That was my norm. Like I wasn't around. So I went from Dallas, South Oak Cliff hood to Orange County,
California. Oh man.
And so I went to high school actually out here in Orange County, California. So I was hood. I was ready to be like, yeah, I'm about to get this. I'm about to. And it's funny because
How old were you when you came to Cali?
I was 14, 15.
Oh, you were ripe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just kind of like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by nothing but white people. And what made you guys go from Dallas to Orange County? Well, I was living with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised by I was living with my dad until I was a teenager.
Okay.
Right, and then some things happened. I ain't gonna go on.
No
anyway, we had some things. We had some things happening, and then
we ain't gonna be in your business,
right?
All right.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go live with my mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
So mom was out here in Cali.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom was out here, and she was like, I wasn't planning for you to live out here.
Oh.
Because, she thought I was just going to live with my dad until I became 18.
And then do your thing.
And did my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I came out here, and so with my first year, because she, it was just kind of like, hey, Mom, like put it out there, me and my stepmom didn't get along. Okay. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I probably should leave before things get really bad.
Right.
Because I know me.
Right. Because you're maturing. Yeah. You're starting to hit that.
Yeah. So I was like, I better leave.
For it to be a whole problem.
It would be a whole problem. So I left and came out here with my mom. And my mom was like, literally it was like a week and a half. So she didn't really have time to prepare. So me and my sister had to share a room.
Oh, how old was your sister at the time?
She was 9.
Oh, yeah.
So she was, me and her just sharing a room.
Y'all, hey, bunk up, let's go.
Yeah, nigga, come on. we didn't have.
But for her, it might have been kind of cool. Her brother's home.
Yeah.
But for
she
you,
was cool because she used to talk to me while I was asleep. I was like, hey,
man.
I'm asleep. Stop talking to me.
Yeah. Oh.
I love my sister. I do because she.
Jerk.
I was like, hey.
She was excited. Her brother was right there, man.
I don't know if you noticed this, but my eyes are closed.
I can't hear you. There's nothing. There's no response.
There's no response. She would talk to me like, she's like, hey. And well.
So was she by herself with your mom?
No, I had a cousin. Actually, yes, she was, but eventually she was because my cousin left because she was.
So she was excited. Her brother was there.
And
that's what's up. So y'all sharing this space, and you knew the Orange County. So how did it feel going from Dallas to here? I know it had to be kind of like
a shock.
Yeah, cultural shock.
A little bit, because in the hood, if you ain't dressed right, you ain't coming right, you gonna be a clown.
Right.
Your hair, everything. Man, I go to school, and I was like, my clothes were fresh, my shirt was matching my socks and my shoes. I was. I was like, yo, I was that dude. That's what,
And now you about to come out here to the Beach Boy, and it's just like, Crocs, flops, relaxed.
And I was like this. So my first, my pants, all
creased,
fresh.
Yes. What time period was this? Like 90s?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fresh to death.
You wearing the Jabot?
Yeah. Come on.
Nike down. Just,
what? Come on now. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'm be.
Did you have a pair of LA Gears? You remember LA Gears?
Yeah, I remember. I never had a pair of LA Gears. I had a pair. I had Fila's. I had BK.
I was about to say you had them bitch kickers.
Yeah. Well,
my sister had some British Nikes. Them mugs was heavy.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear them shoes, man.
Out here in Cali,
I was playing basketball. They were too goddamn heavy. I was like, man, this is messing. I'm trying to build up my stamina, but these is too heavy.
That'll build up
they
your
was
stamina.
Heavy. we in Chicago, we call them bitch kickers.
Yeah.
They was heavy.
Well, we call them
British
here.
Nikes.
We call them blood killers.
Oh God, y'all worse than us.
Because we was, that was like.
Oh, but the gangs is heavy in Chicago, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys have different gangs.
GD and yeah.
And Disciples.
The Disciples. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I ain't about
cousins,
that life.
Cousins.
Yeah.
So you want a banger?
No. Oh, when they told me they had to jump me in, I was like, whoa.
Man.
I was like,
I just told somebody the other day, I said, yo, I got jumped for not being in the gang. Like I wouldn't initiate and I wouldn't join, and they tried to jump me because I didn't want to join the gang.
Oh.
Yeah.
They jumped. My boys like, yeah, we gotta jump you in. I was like, y'all got a payment plan?
People, man, people don't know what gang initiate. I remember we were hooping one time, dude, and we was in a park, and literally, you know how like at midnight when the roaches just come flooding out?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It felt like that. Like people were running from like all of these different places, and they was chasing this one dude down, and the dude was running like Forrest Gump running.
Yeah.
And it was like about 60 dudes just started coming out of nowhere, and they were beating them up. They couldn't hit him in the face.
Right.
There was initiation. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the thing. They don't hit you in the face, but I was like
that body, baby, and you can't swing back.
Yeah.
And you couldn't swing back.
That's the part I ain't gonna do. Because I
would have failed horribly.
Yeah. Oh. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So that's what.
That's why I stayed hooping.
I played football. I know it don't look like it, but I did.
No, I believe it.
But I also...
you was probably fast, too.
I was. And I just hung around gang members. Like,
I was cool with everybody.
Yeah, I was cool with them, and I was just
that was the best place to be.
And then I really realized I wasn't going to be a criminal when... I remember I went to this party for this one dude. He had just got out of jail. And he looks me in the eyes and goes, wow, you got some beautiful eyes. And I was like, okay. I've never had a man tell me that. Like I've had women tell me. Yeah, he was like, man, your eyes.
You said you were in jail or out of jail?
No, I was just at a party.
Oh.
He was just getting out of jail. And I said,
he let it be known.
Yeah, and he looked at me and he was like, yo, your eyes beautiful. You should never go to jail. I was like, you right.
You right. Point taken.
Point completely
taken. Now.
And I was like this. So I was like, I'm paying tickets. I'm making sure nothing goes wrong in my life.
Because that ain't where you want to be.
It's not where I want to be. So then.
Because you would have been just.
Yeah. My name would have been Wilhelmina. And so I just.
Will you? No.
You have to.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
No.
And so I just was like, nah, I ain't going to that. But I hung. So then and then I started doing. Eventually, out here, I started doing comedy. And then I was, because I'd always wanted to be a comic. Sorry about that. Hold on. I always wanted to be a comic. And then, let's see.
Yo, we on air. Don't be calling Willis. We on air. We on live. Y'all don't see it. He on live.
Exactly.
See, I told Siri, I had to tell her, like, do not disturb.
I know. I just put it on the last.
Okay.
So I literally was, so I started doing comedy, and that was it. The round.
How old were you, bro?
I was 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was the right time, man.
And people thought I was like 12.
I can only imagine.
Because I didn't realize I looked so young until I looked back at old pictures, and I was like, oh, so I had to be like a teenager here. I was like, hold on a second, I was 30.
Right.
Like I
remember them days.
Yeah.
Boy.
When you just look so young.
Yes.
Like now, I got the gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because people still be like, oh, son, you must be in your 30s. I was like, baby, you don't see all this. You don't see this richness right up in here. I cut it down. Right. It's way worse. You think I'm
really?
They still carded. I be like, baby.
Oh. And so I literally, I remember, and so my journey went from that going to the clubs, and I had a fairly clean act. Like when I first started, I was so, you guys remember growing up? And I was like this, and
like everybody loves or hates Chris in this.
Yeah, and like literally, I would go out. You know who TK Kirkland?
TK, yeah.
No, TK Kirkland, right? I don't know what I get. I don't know. I don't want to curse if you don't curse. So.
Right. Oh no, this is freedom.
Okay.
This is freedom.
Okay. I meant to ask you that before we started.
But yeah.
He's like, I can lick a bitch pussy and tell her what she needs. Right. And then I wouldn't have to follow him one time. A couple of times I followed him. And I was like, you guys remember cleaning the house when you were younger? And they were like this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
whoever put you on that lineup set you right up.
Oh, they set me up. They always set me up. And then I was going up at the Comedy Act Theater.
Oh no.
I don't know if you were around.
I went around here at that time, but
the Comedy Act Theater. Oh my God. One time I went up. This was the lineup. Martin Lawrence dropped in.
Oh.
He went up. Joe Torre. I think, and so they would just all drop in. Then Mark Curry went up.
Just hitters.
Just
boom, boom, boom.
Reggie McFadden went up. I don't know if you know.
I remember Reggie McFadden. Yeah.
And he went up. Then everybody was like, "Oh, I gotta hear him go up." And Pierre went up. And then also, then DC Curry goes up. And DC was killing.
Rough. Ooh, DC was. He'll roast you out just in the hallway. Boy.
Oh my gosh, DC. I mean, I was laughing hard.
DC feel like that uncle that you be trying to avoid at the family reunion because he gonna come for you.
Yes.
You know he's coming.
He coming.
You looking at, man, where you been?
Yeah.
You know he about to come clown you. You can just tell.
So then he goes up, and then they go, and literally it's almost midnight.
Ooh.
And DC is killing.
Oh, he bringing the Thunder Boy.
And then they go, hey, Willis, you're next.
Ooh.
I go, what? I thought you guys were just, I was supposed to go up like second or third.
And they let everybody run.
Bumping. Yeah. They kept bumping me. And I was like, and I got up on stage and I'm doing my act and I go,
you were still clean at this point?
Yeah. And I was like this.
After all that? Oh, man. Who did that to you?
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
They were like, we just want to see what you... So I go into my act and I go, you know what? I'm tired of being... It goes, and I go, I'm doing my act and they just looking at me. People are putting their coats on, getting their keys ready. And I go, you know what?
Fuck this.
I'm taking one for y'all. Because I could have been just as funny as all of them, but somebody was going to die.
Ooh,
and I just started, pow, bow, bow. And it was like, and I got some laughs. It wasn't like I killed like they did, but I got some laughs.
Well, it's because you came from what they set you up. You were flat.
Right.
You started off flat. Yeah. And then you brought it back up.
Yeah.
But man.
And so then everybody was like this.
Okay.
You did your thing. Okay.
They tested your behind. That's what that was.
They told me, they go, we wanted to see if you were going to be a real comic.
Or if you was going to fade out.
And you were just going to be, they was like, so I had to go after guys like, just imagine going up after these kind of guys.
Ooh, wee.
And then every night.
But I'd be like, y'all want me to fill up y'all water?
And every night.
I would have went Usher.
Right, exactly.
What seat would you like?
I mean, I was going up after guys like that every night and dealing with that.
But that makes you stronger, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's like playing football and they putting.
You're an 8th grader playing with nothing but a varsity.
And they busting you.
Yeah.
And they nailing you.
Bow.
They want to see if you're gonna keep getting back up.
Yeah.
Pick that ball back up and carry it. If you're gonna tuck it and run.
Right.
That's what that was.
And so I kept going. And
Initiation.
Initiation. And they were like, you I kept coming
held
back.
Your own. Yeah.
I was, and so.
But it makes you. It builds up that muscle.
Yeah. Guys like Ricky Harris, DL, Joe. Joe Torre. And then guys like D. Militant, Daryl Littleton. Depending on how you know him. But Daryl Littleton, God rest his soul, he would talk to me. God, I mean, literally, I would have all these Eddie Griffin talking to me at the Comedy Store. I had guys like Mark Curry talking to me. I had guys, they were like, oh, you need to do this with this joke, and you need to do this with this joke. And then they had guys like,
that's rich.
Robert Townsend, like, oh yeah, I can see you doing this with that joke, and da-da-da-da. And having all these great comics just telling me.
Feeding into you. Yeah. That's priceless.
And I would sit there like, and I remember.
Those are moments when for the love of comedy.
For the love of comedy. And that's what it was.
It's cemented.
Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't do the road for a long time. I just was performing in LA.
Okay.
I started in LA. And I was doing
which is already rich ground to start off.
So I was starting here and I thought, I don't have enough. Like I finally got to like 30 minutes of time, but I was like, I'm not ready. But I was seeing guys that were going on the road and doing all this stuff, and I was like, well, I'm at least just as good, if not better than this guy. And yet, people were like, but I still wasn't on the road. But I was like, no, I gotta be. But I was comparing myself to a completely different level. I was comparing myself to the DLs, to the Richard Pryors, to all these guys up here.
Right.
And I'm down here, and I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, but I ain't that level.
Right.
When I finally got on the road, and it was comics, they were like, it was one comic, he was like, I can't follow him. And I was like, I was just featuring. It was a 2-man show, and I'm just up there, bah, 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 bah. And one dude, I'm going to tell you this one road story. This one comic made me so mad. This is what happened. So I'm on the road, and I'm doing all this, because I built up this wealth of material. And so this guy comes, the guy headliner goes, this white guy goes, so I've seen you do like 3 to 4 different sets each night. And he goes, how much of that is your material? And I was like,
what?
Yeah.
He was not trying to say he was ripping it.
Yes. And I go, it's all mine. He goes, well, I know black guys, you guys kind of steal each other. I go, oh. He goes, well, you don't steal it. You gotta borrow each other's material. I go,
Wow.
I go, okay.
Just disrespectful.
Yeah, very disrespectful. I go,
but it ain't even just you. This is his whole thought process. Yes. Wow.
So I said, okay.
And he was another comic.
Another comic. And
is he still on the circuit?
Probably dead. He was old then.
Got you.
He was old. And I go, okay. I go.
And heat in the night, just.
I said, I didn't care. Like, I literally, at times, would take my foot off the gas pedal so that he wouldn't have to just eat it for the whole show.
And he had to follow behind you?
He had to follow behind
me. Yeah, he was mad.
And I go, okay. I go, I'm going to shut you. So I go, okay. I went up and now I wrote material just about that town, and I did my first 15 minutes. Like I had to do 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And where were you?
We were in Washington.
Okay. The state of Washington. Okay.
Doing all these little one-nighters.
Okay.
I did 15 minutes.
Wow.
He had never seen, never heard. I had never even said it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote it that day. Did 15 minutes and it's crushing. Just pow, pow, pow. Then I went into my act. Pow, 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 pow. Killing them.
Body shot. Body shot. So if you thought you knew,
yeah,
I'm gonna make sure you know for sure.
I'm gonna show you what I do. You can't compete with this.
Create, deliver.
Yes.
Right.
You can't deliver.
Yeah.
You can't compete with this.
No.
Because
no.
The one thing I do, and one of my favorite performers is Prince, right?
Okay.
And Prince says, always write.
Mm-hmm.
Always write, always rehearse, always perform.
That's it.
That's what you do.
That's
As
it.
a creative person, no matter what you create,
that's it.
That's what you do.
That's it.
So that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I hit him with so much shit.
Body shot.
Dude, after I got off the stage, and I was like, all right, bring you up your headliner. Because I had to do, it was just a 2-man show.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 30. And then he had to do 45.
Ooh. Ooh.
After that, I bring him up, and he goes, you guys don't even realize what you just saw. Wow. You don't realize. He had to give it to
you. He had to give you his flowers. Yeah. He had to give you your flowers.
He was like, you don't understand. This man just did
all original fresh, come just bam.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Of material
fresh
that he wrote today.
Yeah.
That he wrote on the way here.
That you just witnessed.
That was funny.
Yes.
Right?
That's it.
And
that's a gift, man. That's a gift.
And he was like,
you don't even know what you just got.
Y'all don't even understand what y'all just saw here.
Damn.
Y'all have no idea.
Now you led him to do a TED talk. That's what He's like, shit, this is a historic moment.
Right. And literally, this is.
But you shut him down though, man. You made him into a believer that day.
What the one thing you don't want to do?
Don't challenge it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Set yourself up.
Please don't.
Don't do it.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I go.
Always first.
Yeah, always.
Just give him that silver with it.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Damn.
And so
that's good. That's what he needed to see.
He needed to see that.
Yeah,
and
man.
I was like,
because you just sometimes people just make you have to shut them up.
Yeah. And
don't challenge me like that. You don't want none of this.
You don't want. I'm telling you, you don't want.
That's that killer thing, man. And see, you've been an athlete, so you know when you get into that zone and you lock in, and it's just like, effortlessly it just comes, and it's just
boom, 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 boom. And that's what was happening. And so I was like,
you blinked out on him, man.
Oh,
just
And
then once you had him, it was just.
And this is what made it
you
so.
You could have said, and then just laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. I got y'all. And that's one time I remember I have the show. One time I got people to. I go, let me tell you, I got y'all at a point. I don't even have to speak English anymore. And I go, yeah. And they go,
okay. They giggled out, man.
Yeah, they can't help it.
They can't even function.
But he couldn't believe what I was doing and how I did it at that point in time. And I was like, and I still was in my 20s.
Word.
And I write.
Still writing.
But
yeah, man.
And even now, I just write. Like, I write. I'm always writing. I'm always thinking, okay, how can I make it better? How can I do this?
Are you full-time comedy?
Yeah, I don't do anything else.
Word.
It's just in entertainment.
Word.
That's it.
Word.
Just it.
What do you like? What do you prefer? Do you like featuring more headlining or?
Either or.
Either or.
I don't care. I've even MC.
Have you done a comedy special yet?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I need to.
Word. Come on. Look, we're gonna speak that into existence.
Yes,
then, man.
join. Yes, yeah. I'm serious. I haven't, but I need to. I really do need to.
Yeah, man.
Because, and this is the thing. it's not that I don't. I watch specials. I watch the comedy specials like everyone else, right? Because I still am a fan of comedy.
Correct.
But the specials lately have not been special. There's been very few comedy specials.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Earthquake, his was a special. In that this regards, it was a special like you remembered it.
The one that Dave Chappelle produced with him. Yeah.
That was a special.
Yes, it was.
And
I've been a Quake fan for a long time. And it just goes to show you, don't forget your point. It just goes to show you that some of your greatest comics are just now getting those edges. Yeah. Like, he was well overdue for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's quite a few that are, there's quite a few. Shouts out to my boy, Special K. Yeah. My boy Ron Brown produced his. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. And K's his special's getting ready to hit. They're working on some deals with that and everything. Okay. And Marvin Hunter, he's another one. My boy Ron Brown is producing. He's doing a show in Alabama. They get ready to tape him. Yeah. So you're starting to see those who have been out here, because you've been 20 something years running too. Yeah. And so this is the thing. Like I think that a lot of young and growing comics. Sometimes they'll mentally think that they've hit this plateau and made it, and I'm like, bro, you got people like Earthquake, that just did that special. That was a couple years ago. That ain't been that long ago.
It was just last year.
Was that last year? Yeah. And it's like finally, you know what I'm saying? Even for him, and I know it's like, whoa,
And some
DC Curry,
he hasn't done one yet. I don't think so. Not lately.
Right. But see, this is why I give hats to like Cat Williams. Yeah. Cat has always took the initiative to produce his stuff and not waited. Yeah. Netflix and whomever else had to catch up to him. Yeah. But he been doing that. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
And so you see guys, they call it a special, but really all it looks like, you just take the comedy show.
Correct.
It wasn't
it's special. Packaging.
It's
packaging.
And so a lot of times I say that those aren't specials. Right. A special is something you go, what? I gotta see that again. Like no matter, like you can put Earthquakes on right now and still laugh. Correct. That's a special.
Correct.
You can put Richard Pryor on right now, still laugh.
Eddie Murphy's Raw.
Still laugh. Bill Hicks. I don't know if most people don't even know who Bill Hicks is. Yeah. But you would laugh. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just one of those, and Bill Hicks to me is one of those comics in that rarefied air of just bow.
Exactly.
He's political. He's funny. He's poignant.
It's like Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
She can put that out. Yeah. She has that type of mentality. She works on her material. Correct. See, a special used to be where you lived with the material. Correct. So long, so that you were just like,
you got a catalog of stuff to unveil.
Yes.
But see, one of the things I can appreciate in Wanda Sykes, like I mentioned her because like even on the female side, like Ellen DeGeneres, she's on her last tour. Like she's retiring completely.
Oh wow.
On this last tour that she's doing right now. But like Wanda Sykes, she's done quite a few. You know, and what I can appreciate about Wanda Sykes, when you see her specials, none of the material is the same. No. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Yeah. When you're doing those specials, it should not be something you've been hearing on the circuit repetitively.
It shouldn't be the same punchlines all the time, but you just revamp them.
Reverse.
You know what I mean? Well, isn't that still? It's like a Pinto. It's like, well, you put rims on it, but it's still a Pinto. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you tinted the windows.
Right.
It's still a Pinto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, but the sound system, still a Pinto.
Correct. Because there's work involved.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody asked D.L. Hughley about Eddie Murphy in stand-up recently. And he was like, look, D.L. made a very good point. He's like, if you're not actively doing it, then you're not at the same level that you were.
No.
And Eddie doesn't have to.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have to.
What does he get out of doing it?
This is the thing that people sometimes will challenge other comics to try to make them feel like you have to prove something to a degree, right? And when you got to a point where you're actually your films, you've hit the film level. There's, and if you choose to,
right,
you could,
but
you don't have to.
I'll do this. I always tell people like this when they're like, "Well, why doesn't he come back?" I go, this is the thing. Remember when some guys work out all the time and they're benching 300 and 400 pounds?
Correct.
And they don't go back to the gym ever again for like 30 years. They're not benching 300 and 400 pounds again.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Prime example. Yes. Mr. Universe.
Yes.
So like, for eons, he was huge. Now, his body's defined from the life, he was a lifespan builder.
Yes.
But he ain't around here deadlifting.
No. So you can't just jump back in the gym and just start lifting like you were.
Right.
And Eddie can't just jump back on a stage. And now he's adept enough to know how to maneuver through the stage and do that time or whatever it is.
Of course.
But he's not that. He's not going to go back to that. What he can't be, because you can't. You don't just start over right where you are. Like Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis ain't going to be the same sprinter he was for the 88 Olympics.
Right. Like, now, Michael Johnson. No. Even if you gave him steroids, they're not going to be that person.
Correct. They got to work to that. Correct. And as a comic, you got to work to that.
Yeah. You have. It's repetitious.
Yes. Yeah. It's repetitious.
Like literally, someone's like, "Sonny, yo, you want to do a set?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm on my producer hat right now."
Right.
Like literally my show that you're coming on to. Yes. Just I said, okay, Kevin, I need you to host, bro.
Right.
Because like this last show I was hosting, I was running cameras. You know what I'm saying? I came out to the crowd. I was like, "Y'all, welcome to the comedy karaoke." All right, pretend like y'all didn't see me. I'm gonna come right back. Let me go start these cameras, and then I'm gonna reintroduce everybody. I was like, but hey, I knew what I needed to get delivered.
Right.
But just like literally here, Kevin, take this baton, honey.
Right.
Go ahead and host. Sometimes you handle that host part of it. And he's like, I got you. And he could see, he sees exactly where I'm coming from. Like, I want to produce a wonderful show. I want the people that are coming to this event to enjoy the comics, to enjoy your
experience,
to have a whole experience. And that's what I always go for, an experience. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the Coliseum, it may not be the Hollywood Bowl, but even as shooters, you still gonna feel like, oh, this was a dope time.
And that's the thing, like a lot of times I laugh when, like I was going down to San Diego all the time, and comics they hadn't seen me, they didn't know who I was and what I could do.
Right.
And they would put me on like second or third, and I was like, and I would ask them, "You sure you want to put me up that early?"
Right.
And they were like, "Oh yeah."
You don't hurt everybody else behind.
And so I go.
And they're like, yeah.
I go, I can't take, now I'm not taking my foot off the pedal
at all.
So they just have to, the person after.
Bro, you done gave me keys to the Porsche.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking
I can't help you at the Nissan Altima behind me now.
And so
I was just letting you know.
And for those
0 to 60. 0 to 60. And you got it with it.
Yeah, they got a Flintstone car.
Who did this shit?
Right.
So I need my producers to pay attention. So this is one of the things that I do. Right. For real, just that point you're making. I'm actively going to open mics. I'm actively going to shows.
Yes.
And I'm paying attention. Mm-hmm. Right? And, with that being said, you have to kind of identify the performance of the craft of that comic.
Yeah.
And know how to situate them.
Yes.
So that you're stacking your show properly and you're not setting people up.
Yes. Even when I MC though, I don't even try to make sure it's not about me. I make sure, most MCs are like, they're doing like 10, 15 minutes, they're doing time between comics. And
Correct.
I was like, no.
You take the,
if the comic before had just bombed,
mm-hmm.
then you gotta
bring it back
up.
Mm-hmm. Set it up to pass it over.
And so I go, but if the room is hot, You know what I mean?
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Don't take too much time in between.
Bring up the next comic. But that's what that goes back with the experience.
Correct.
And just like when comics bring me up early, and I'm look, trust me, I'm not saying I'm the greatest comic ever.
No, but you know what you finna come with.
I know.
You just know.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a pace.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about having 5, 6, 10.
Yes.
And if you bring that up in the very early part of it, oh, you just made everybody else have to sweat. They're gonna sweat it out.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to come with that thunder. It's like how they did you with
yes, DC, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I came up at the era when you did bad on stage. Mm-hmm. Oh, the MC let you have it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now they don't let you have it.
Polite.
Okay, guys, give it up for that guy.
Yeah, no.
And I was like this. Cause I'm gonna tell you.
They'll roast the hell out of you, buddy.
I'm gonna tell you one quick story.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll tell you this one quick story. Cause I had that. I was MCing one time, and it was these new comics. It was about, I say like 8 years ago.
Okay.
It was a lot of young comics, and they were new, and they was doing that polite, like be nice, like even if you bomb, be nice, be nice. They bomb, it's okay, it's okay.
No.
And so I go, all right, well, I was hosting, and I'm bringing the comics up. And they are bombing. Ooh. They are just like not that funny. And so I go, well, I don't book these guys. I just bring them up. And so the comics got in my face, and they were like, "We don't like what you said. We don't like you talking about. You're not, you know, you're not being positive about what we're doing on stage." And I go,
"They were confronting you at the show?"
Yeah, backstage. And I go, "Here, I'll use the language I use. I go, I don't think you know who the fuck you talking to." I go,
bro.
I go, let me tell you something.
Don't do it.
I go, please don't get in my face. I go, you're about to find out what I really can do. I go, now, if you really want to see what I can do, all right, I'm going to show you.
What is that? We're going to look it up, mesmerized.
I go, I'm going to show you. I go, oh, I'll show you. I'll show you. And so I go,
danger.
I said, so, I go, who's the next comic? And he better be funny.
Ooh.
Oh, so you're going to see what's going to happen. And he goes, and so I go, what would you like for me to, and he goes, I go to this one guy, I go, what would you like for me to say about you? Or introduce you as? And he goes, whatever. Right? And I was like, he was some foreign comic when he was, and all of a sudden I go, oh, really? You better be really funny.
Okay.
Oh, I said, okay. I said, all right, I'll make sure I have your name properly pronounced. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, that's how you pronounce my name. I go, cool, but you better be funny. I went up there, I announced him. I go, you guys are for a treat, da-da-da-da-da. Please put your hands together. I brought him up. He goes up. It looked like he took a hit of sake, got in his kamikaze plane, and went boom! Bomb.
Imploded.
He bombed. So I was like, yeah. I saw him. I basically, when I looked over at the side, saw him take a hit of sake and get in his.
Oh my God!
He took it.
Was this in LA?
It was in LA, and he bombed horribly.
Oh wait.
And I go, and this was a bringer show too. A bringer show. So I literally go up there. I go, who came here to see him? And they raise their hand. I go, yeah, I know. That's gonna be an uncomfortable conversation in the parking lot, ain't it?
Oh, wait. But you know what, man? People better chill, man. Yeah. You just never know. You know, you never know who you're talking to.
Right.
And especially if you've never seen them or you don't really know them, don't be quick to judge.
Don't be quick to judge.
And don't be quick to undermine people, man.
Yeah. I always give people the benefit that they are.
And this industry is a big industry, but it's tight.
Yeah.
And you'll never know how many people in between connect to each other or know. Or when you spend a block and maybe in a room or on a show with somebody else. Yeah. And, you know, and imagine you be shady to somebody and then you come on the show and they're hosting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm never shady to anybody.
But I'm just, exactly. But I tell you, man, it's amazing. You see how folks can try to.
Well, this is what I do.
I don't even know why.
Like,
you feeling like that's cool to.
Because a lot of people don't know, and I have a very calm
demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
You know, I just like.
Shit, I remember, y'all, listen, before Willis went up and I saw him and I was like, hey, so Ralph was introduced, he introduced us and everything, and Willis just over there looking like, would you like those Girl Scout cookies? He's just real calm and chill. Then he went up there and he ripped it. I was like, ooh. But I love it, you know what I'm saying? So I love to be surprised like that, you know. So you just gotta be able to be, you know, keep it professional to the degree of
off stage. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't need to be that dude.
Right.
I don't need to be yada yada yada.
Right.
And it's funny because I remember one time when I don't my first time on the road, I'll take that back. Remember I said I went on the road with this was with Anthony Johnson, Chris Tucker, and somebody else. I can't think of them right now. And everybody else was being funny and crazy and zany. And they were like, "Are you sure you're a comic?" Because I was just sitting there like,
chill. Right.
And they're like, "You sure you're a comic?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay." Yeah. And I was like this. As soon as they go, Willis Turner. Bam. They were like, oh my God, I did not see that coming.
Okay. But that's true, because sometimes I think people think that, you know, like people be killing me. Oh, like, you're a comic? Oh, tell me a joke.
Right.
I'm like, bro.
You know what I used to do to people? And for you people that are out
here.
Oh
my God.
So when people tell me.
They do that like
tell me
all
a joke.
The time.
I always tell them, what if I was a proctologist? What would you say? and for those who don't, you got to know what a proctologist is.
Man. But it just trips me out because like people do that frequently.
Yeah. And
it's one of those things. It's like, you know, when you meet a singer, you tell someone, oh, sing me something. You know, it's just like, no, that's just so unorthodox. Come to my show.
Right.
Come to my show and you'll get the chance.
If you really want to know.
You really want to know, get this ticket.
Buy
you know
this
what I'm saying?
And
I'll
buy
see you in the
ticket.
room. That's it.
That's support.
Give it up.
Buy
that's this is what I did. Here you go. Yeah. Come on through. And then that way I think, you know, it respects, it keeps a level of respect.
Yeah.
To the space in that way, you know, it's just crazy.
Because I remember when I first started though, I used to be that comic, like, oh, tell me a joke, and I'd be like, all right, let's go. Or I would be in someone's living room. I used to kill living rooms. I would be in there. They're like, oh, you're a comic. Hey, everybody gather around. You're going to tell us some jokes. And I was like this. I started doing the material, and I'm just killing the living room. I knew how to work it. Like, that was my thing. I always start learning to adapt to what I did.
Right.
Just like when I was a kid, I learned to adapt. Like now, it's hard to talk. I'm married now, but I can only imagine how hard it would be to go get a woman now because I'm not adept at getting online and saying crazy stuff. I was adept at walking in a mall and seeing a girl I like and be like, I'm gonna pull that.
Right.
And I could pull it.
Right.
I started learning how to approach her and how to get her to come to me and how to do that.
Now you luring people on a damn text message.
Right. And I gotta look like this.
That's rough. It's just, man. Society has changed drastically.
It really has. Yeah. But I just learned to adapt, and so now when I go in the living room and they're like, "Oh, tell us a joke," everybody, I was like, "No, unless you're not paying me to be funny,
right?
And I'm not just going to."
Because this is my craft.
Yes.
This is my work. Like you go to your job, and you know,
this is what we do.
Correct.
It is
correct,
and I take it seriously. Like it means something to me, and they don't understand how much it means to get up. To do the show, to get that.
We were talking yesterday. He was like, yo, I'm about to catch up with DL, and we both over here sound tired in our voices. I'm like, bro, I'm getting ready to go down to San Diego. I'm going to check out this show. And we both just, you can hear it. Like, you got your Mountain Dew. I'm over here, man. I'm about to get me this sugar-free Red Bull. and we was talking and riding, like, oh, my God. And it's funny because it's no different than somebody saying, "Man, I gotta get up and go to work today. It's Monday."
Right.
You know, it's work.
It's work.
It's work. And you know, I know it looks like, I tell people, it looks like, oh, you out there just having fun. No, my radio, I'm a producer.
Yes.
I'm producing. Just when you got here, you saw me getting everything prepped.
Yes.
All of this stuff, getting everything, cameras up, all of these things, you know. And I'll talk to other comics and I say, okay, outside of the comedy show, you know, I got a marketing and entertainment company.
Right.
My business is infused with balance of the two, because beyond on the stage, we was talking about this, there's business on the other side of the performance. You want to get booked and get paid?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, people, this is a booked platform.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And one of the things, I had this conversation with one of my comics, you know, recently. We were talking about For the Love of Comedy, and I was introducing them to the platform, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, Sonny, I don't necessarily be paying for, you know, interviews and stuff like that." And I said, "You know what's so funny? A-list actors, studio heads." I said, "You know, when a film is released, I said, you notice how everybody starts coming on shows and they're doing interviews and everything. I said, they may not be paying Tamron Hall to come on the show. They're paying that publicist to get them booked
on the show.
On the show. So don't get it twisted. If you don't have thousands of dollars to pay a publicist to give you this type of platform, at least you can come straight direct to the opportunity then. It's still business.
It's
you know
business.
what I'm saying? And it's no shade.
Right.
But it is what it is. And it's like, if you don't stay strong in understanding that your craft is a business, and that's how people will take you. If you let them take you like a joke, they're gonna treat you like that.
Yeah. Because like they say, look, like Jay-Z said, I'm a businessman.
I'm a businessman, right?
Which means I'm a business.
I'm a business man, right. And it's that thing that I think a lot of the younger comics, you know, there's even like social media. I think that there's this falsity of thought. Or I've accomplished this, so now I'm there and I made it.
Yes.
Versus the grind and the work that falls behind it. You know, like we're talking this morning, and I can hear it in your voice. I say, okay, bro, I'm gonna give you 30 minutes to get here, because I know we were up late last night.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's a grind in it.
It's
daily.
Daily.
Yes.
And people don't even understand the grind that it takes. Not only for me to wake up and write jokes and wake up to get to the show, wake up to make sure that I have this certain look, to wake up to make sure all the things
that you're optimal.
Like most people. Put it this way. Yes, it's a job, but it's the rarest job in the sense of you have to wake up to, just like everyone wakes up to go be an accountant, wake up to be a file clerk, to wake up to be a data processor, to wake up to be a lawyer. All these things you wake up to do and prep for. But imagine having to do your job in front of hundreds of people.
Correct. And be responsible to deliver.
Yes.
To
expectation.
Right. There's expectation of audience. There's expectation of the people that booked you.
Yes.
The venue that you came into. And the way you carry yourself in that space will determine whether or not you'll continue to keep going and growing.
And that's what I love about Dave Chappelle said this, which is hilarious to me and my boy. He goes, you know, like he's reached a level, Dave, that he said it perfectly. I'm paid for the attempt. Not the execution, just the attempt. These are like Evel Knievel. He never finished any of the the stunts that he tried. Like he always crashed or broke every bone in his body.
Right.
He attempted to jump over the Grand Canyon.
Correct.
And didn't make it.
No, but just the very fact that he did that.
Attempted.
Right.
And yet he's still considered one of the greatest.
Absolutely.
He's considered one of the greatest.
It's the truth. It's the dead truth. I just think that it's amazing how as we're starting to kind of go through the next wave. Yeah. You know, comedy is going through its transition right now. And one of the things I want to ask you, Willis, is what would you tell those who are coming and growing in this industry? What would you say from your perspective, of your experience?
From my perspective, you really have to. It's two things. Yes, you have to grow your social media. That's one. Sometimes but you have to put in the same work that you put in on the business side of it, which a lot of people put in that business side of it.
Correct.
You have to put in that same diligent work
right.
on the craft of it.
Correct.
That's because like older comics such as myself and stuff like that, we worked harder on the craft
right.
and not on the business.
Correct.
And if we had worked as hard on the business as we did, now some comics did, like Kevin worked hard on the craft, but he also worked hard on the business.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, and
right.
it is a business. Regardless of how you see it, it's an art form, but it is a business. If you want to, now if you just want to do this at your local clubs and never and you
fulfill that, and it's not much more.
Great.
Yeah.
But if you are wanting to do this as a living, as a job, realize this: you have to make sure you maintain being funny.
Right.
But you also have relevancy. But you also have to maintain taking care of your business.
Correct.
Which means don't show up to the club drunk.
Right.
Don't get drunk at the club.
Right.
Which means get your money, get out, go home. You can do all.
You can socialize in other spaces.
You can socialize in other spaces.
Yeah.
Don't try
invest in yourself.
Yes. Don't try sleeping with everyone at the club.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a place, a venue that you want to come back to.
Right.
And
people talk.
Yes.
Other comedian producers, booking agents, venues, they're like, yo, no, You know, they talk. And you don't want to be on that list of people that's like,
yeah, he's cool, but he ain't cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the part, like, so for all young comics, it's you can learn from everyone, no matter what genre of what they do. Be it, I used to sit and watch everyone, singers, preachers. I watched dancers. Just what did they bring to draw that crowd in?
Correct.
So I say that all young comics should always work, like they said, always write your material. Right? Work on your material.
Right.
Work on your social media, but work on that business side of it too.
Correct.
Because, and it just also depends on where you want to go in this business.
Right.
Because this business can lead you in a lot of different directions.
Correct. Because like for me, I have I got the live performance comedy shows that are happening. I have the comedy series that I wrote, produce, and it's running in film festivals. So there's comedic actor roles, opportunities.
Yes.
Producing.
Yes.
Right.
Writing.
So there's a lot of room.
You look at all the TV shows now that have comics writing on it.
Correct. Like Dion Cole, he was writing for Blackish.
Yeah. And he was writing for the talk show, and then he was writing for
and now
Chris Spencer.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
interrupt. No. Yeah. I was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you got Chris Spencer's now executive producer.
Yep.
You want to be able to take, and really all we want to do is be able to take care of our families.
Yeah. Some
better than others.
Correct.
But
there's a lot of room.
There's a lot. Like we said at the beginning, there's room at top.
That's it. So you shape what you want to do and how you want to be. And so I just, remind people. So I appreciate you telling from the perspective, especially being in the long end of this game. Yeah. And I think it's important that people understand why you do what you're doing for the love of comedy. Yeah. And it's a choice. And I think as entertainers, it's a gift. Because people, you do have to have attention. You do have to have the followers. You do have to have support to be relevant. Yeah. And if you don't have any of it, then you're doing nothing. So, be mindful, be respectful. Yes. And, do what you do. Yeah. But do it unapologetically with integrity. Yes. Right, man? And just remember to keep that character of professionalism in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, Willis, I appreciate it, man. Let my followers know how they can, connect to you and...
You can find you. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Willis Turner. The Real Willis Turner. That's THREALWILLISTURNER. And I had to go that route because I got hacked, and so.
Oh no!
Yes. Don't go to the other Willis Turner because they'll sell you Bitcoin. My other website,
no,
you'll see my picture, but that guy will start eventually trying to sell you
inbox you, message you. Oh no, are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I'm not as active on TikTok, and then which is Willis Turner Comedy on TikTok
and Facebook.
And Facebook is just Willis Turner, and on Facebook, go to the skinny black guy, not the fat black guy, because the fat black guy is my dad.
You a junior?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Oh word! So y'all heard it. Make sure you got the right one.
My dad is always. I'm always like, Dad. My dad's like, man, there's a whole lot of people trying to be my friend. I'm like, no, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not.
They're looking for me, bro.
They're looking for me.
They're looking for me, bro.
And he's like, man, I'm popular. No, you're not. I love you, Dad, but you're not popular.
Oh shoot!
And he's in Dallas.
I was about to say he's still in Texas.
He's still in Dallas.
Word.
And I love my dad. Me and him still have a great relationship.
We do. Man. That's good.
So, I know maybe this TV is telling us.
Yeah, we jumping off. So guys, I appreciate you all. We are concluding this show today. I appreciate you, Willis, coming into the studio. And for those who don't know, we're gonna have Mr. Willis Turner.
Yes.
He's one of our featured comics for Comedy and Karaoke Sunday Loudmouth Comedy Presents at Shooter's Bar and Grill, September 18th.
Be there, September 18th. Do not miss it.
Yes, you're gonna get to hear this funny man in his glory, as well as Brett As Is.
As Is.
That dude right there, man. And I got Kevin the Marina Comedy.
Yes.
Davis, he's gonna be hosting.
Yep.
And I'll be in the background doing my thing to make sure everything
running
is running. This time I won't be running so fast. I'll be able to just make sure everything is straight.
Right.
So guys, I appreciate it, Willis, man. Thanks for coming to the
Thanks
studio.
for having me.
I appreciate it, man. All right, y'all. We are concluding today's show, and I hope that you guys will tune in. Follow Mr. Willis Turner, man.
Yes. Follow me.
And support this guy, boy. He's funny. He's funny. And we're gonna already speak it into existence that his comedy special is gonna be happening very much sooner than later.
Yes.
So you heard it here first.
Yes. Here.
We speaking it live right now.
Right now.
All right, y'all. Great show, bro.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, man. Boom.